In this video, I'm going to show you one of the most common applications for installing roofing foil, and that's under a typical metal replacement roof, either an overlay or a tear-off on an existing home or building. Now, roofing foil is the underlayment that pays for itself. Remember, your house is just a big box sitting in the sun. You get a disproportionate amount of heat through the top of the box. When you install roofing foil inside the roofing assembly, it's going to reflect the radiant heat. Now, the radiant heat is the invisible part of the light spectrum. It's the part you feel, not the part that you see. So we're not trying to reflect the light, we're trying to reflect the heat. The roofing foil reflects 97% of radiant heat, so basically it's like putting the house in the shade or a really cloudy day. Roofing foil does cost a little bit more than other underlayment, but guaranteed it's going to pay for itself in 6 months or a year in both energy savings and comfort. So let's get into the actual install process. As you can see in this picture, they're installing the metal panel over a batten system. They're using a 2x4 battens. Looks like it's probably on 24-inch on center. Now this is the roof before they did the tear-off, and this is the finished product. This is the tear-off in process. You can see they're scraping it clean. They're going to get all the way down to the roof deck, assuming the roof deck is in good condition, no repairs. They're going to make sure all the nails are out. They're going to blow it off really well. And then they're going to start installing the underlayment. Traditional underlayment, start at the bottom, overlap 3 or 4 inches, work your way up so you're not bucking water, and go all the way up and over the ridge. This is just the second row continuing up to the top. And here's an example of an overlay. And you can actually see in this area right here, you got the old existing shingle roof. Assuming it's in good condition, you can go directly over that roof, no problem. Here's an example of the roofing foil installed in a cold climate in Montana. Works great in either hot or cold climates. This is a great example of a house where the guy doesn't have air conditioning, but there's a couple weeks of the year where he kind of wish he did. Foil basically makes the house comfortable late in the afternoon on those few weeks when you get those hot summer days. So he can basically offload that heat, keep the home cooler, and not need air conditioning. Here's another picture of the home in Montana. So as far as the install process, they're starting the 2x4s, the battens on the drip edge, installing that, and they're going to work their way up. Now, if you're cutting the wood on the roof, one good thing is to use a leaf blower. You want to blow off as much of the sawdust as possible. You want to keep the roofing foil as clean as possible. They're installing the bottom metal on the porch, and then here they're installing the flashing, making that transition between the porch and the slope. Next, they're going to start mechanically attaching on the slope. Now, roofing foil is super durable. You can walk on it. It's not going to tear. It's Miami-Dade approved, so it can actually be used in areas that are hurricane prone. It's kind of the gold standard for any type of roofing underlayment. With your battens on the 18 or 24 inch on center using a typical 26 gauge metal, you can easily walk on it without causing any damage. And notice in this picture how the roofing foil goes up and over the ridge. Now what they're going to do at some point, they're going to come in and they're going to cut a big slit there for the ridge vent, for the hot air to vent out of that attic. They're going to continue on until they're done, and that is the finished roof. And another picture from the front, and another one. So installing roofing foil is the best and fastest way for a typical overlay of a metal roof on an existing roof, whether you do a tear-off or you do an overlay. So for more information, visit roofingfoil.com.